Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to another episode of Ball Chat Podcast. My name is Benton Lawson. I'm one of your hosts, part of the Ball Chat family. Junior, the fellas are in charge today. Wagwan, how you doing as Camon is away? Junior, Wagwan family, how are you?
Well, I feel like I went to Half a Tree and bought a $300 Casio watch. Casio gold-plated watch. That's how I'm feeling today.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, family?
It looks good until you have to go down in the fine writing.
Football family, welcome to the last episode before Christmas as we get ready for the festive season in the English Premier League, as football is running hot, as the festive season going in overdrive. Ball Chat Podcast is all about reviewing the week's major news in the world of football. Sam Allardyce is back as manager in the English Premier League as he took charge of West Brom. We also will discuss ballers and bugs, ballers being the impressive players of the week, bugs being the unimpressive players of the week. And we'll highlight Gabriel Heinze, now in charge of Atlanta United. We'll also discuss some development in the Jamaican Professional Football League, or Jamaican Professional League Association. I can't remember the name, as Chairman Chris Williams is working overtime to try to get sponsors to come on board. If you're listening to us or join us on Flow Sports, Ball Chat YouTube page, or Ball Chat Facebook page, you can take part in the show. If you're on Twitter or Instagram, you can join the show by sending a comments or question in. Junior, we start off with Ballers of the Week, highlighting the most impressive players of the week. Family, come on is aware. So we get to go double overtime on our ballers this week, because come on usually take up all the ballers. Junior, who do you have as your ball of the week, family?
Boy, my ball of the week this week has to go to Mr. Robert Lewandowski himself. The man just cannot stop scoring. He just cannot stop scoring vital goals for Bayern Munich as Bayern defeated Bayer Leverkusen 2-1. So I definitely have to give him ball of the week. I also have to give ball of the week to Liverpool, because the man them is like them say, yo, we're going to play American football this week. NFL will think they will score a touchdown and kick out Crystal Palace belly. So I have to give Liverpool definitely ballers of the week for that crazy performance. So those are my ballers of the week.
Ball of the week to Mr. Robert Lewandowski, FIFA Men's Player of the Year for Junior, and Liverpool kick out Crystal Palace belly. 7, 8, 10. Them still scoring on Crystal Palace, as Roy Hodgson said he was humiliated, end quote, as Crystal Palace got 7 from Liverpool in a mauling. My ball of the week, I have to give Liverpool also a ball of the week, Junior, because Liverpool was not just outstanding in beating Crystal Palace, but they defeated second place at the time in the English Premier League, Tottenham. They defeated Tottenham 2-1 in a proper football game. So big up to Liverpool and really showing Jose Mourinho, top team. Jose Mourinho said the best team lost the game. As we'll get to that.
I still talk about that.
You forget about that.
I still talk about that.
Jose Mourinho said the best team lost. So Liverpool gets my ball of the week. And I also want to say Liverpool is leading the EPL for the third year in a row at Christmas. It's an important statistic, family. The third year in a row at Christmas. The last team to do that was the 1978 8-80 Liverpool team that led the EPL, or led the top division, of the third year in a row at Christmas. The last 15 champions, the last 11 team to win the EPL led at Christmas. So the 11 out of the last 15 winners led the EPL at Christmas. So Liverpool is in a very, very good position leading at Christmas. So I have to give them ball of the week. Impressive performance against Spurs, beating the brakes off Crystal Palace. Junior, this sounds like the Liverpool show. Any other ball of the week, Junior?
No. That's it to me, though. Those are my two ballers. Don't try to set no bait. I'll set no trap for me, walk it. Those are my ballers of the week. Is Liverpool and Mr. Robert Lewandowski himself.
And you do not want to do it, but I will go ahead and do it. Big up ball of the week to Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's a massive movement about Ole out, family. Calm yourself. Those who have been aggressively pushing Junior, you're included. Calm yourself. and always pushing for Ole out mantra. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, after 13 games last year, Manchester United was 4-5-4. After 13 games this year in the EPL, they're 8-2-3, and they're sitting in the third position. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United gets the ball of the week also because they beat the brakes of Leeds, as Leeds got 6-2. And they also defeated Sheffield United, so that was an exceptional week for Manchester United. Let's move away from the ballers to highlight Bugs Jr. Unimpressive players of the week or the bugs of the week. Who do you have as your bug of the week, family?
Big up to the best coach for Liverpool. The best coach Liverpool has ever had in the best motivator Liverpool has ever had in their life. Jose Mourinho is my bug of the week. One of my bugs. Jose, shut the hell up, coach your side. Don't worry about Liverpool. Roy Hodgson's supposed to. If there wasn't any COVID protocols, I'm sure Roy Hodgson will be at some. He's at some restaurant, some winery with two big stone while licking at your head with because you chat too much.
Because he woke up the answers.
Alone. it is because of Jose Mourinho why Roy Hodgson and Crystal Palace got a touchdown beaten because Klopp said, "Oh, you don't think we are the best team? I am going to prove it to you." And beat the brakes off at the poor little Crystal Palace. So Jose Mourinho, and then turn around and you were in the top two in a champion in a trophy race, and ever since you opened your big mouth and lose to Bobby Firmino in the 90th minute, you're no longer in the trophy race. So Tottenham right now is wallowing. So Jose, without a doubt. The next one. Last week I said Arteta is married to Everton and Carlo Ancelotti. I said it last week. I said, remember,
you did.
The first game that both coaches, after both coaches were hired, but they weren't on the sideline, was against each other. Everton versus Arsenal. It was a boring 0-0 game, but at the time, we all said Arsenal have the tools, Everton need to retool. 1 year later, both teams played in the same fixture, and Everton wasn't at full strength and beat I know it's only 2-1, but it was embarrassing. Destroyed Arsenal. So Arteta, it even hurts me more now because you were supposed to be in the title race. I had you picked to come second.
Madness.
It is done. Arsenal is done. You are now in a relegation battle. Idiot coach. Idiot side, Arsenal. So them are my bugs, man.
So Jose Mourinho got bug of the week for Jose Mourinho disrespecting Jurgen Klopp after he picked up the Manager of the Year award from FIFA, saying that Hansi Flick, essentially implying what does Hansi Flick had to do to get the award, and Jose Mourinho also disrespecting Liverpool after they got his Spurs team lost in the matchup this week against Liverpool. So Junior is given a bug of the week, and also a bug of the week to Arsenal. We'll get to Arsenal and Arteta, because it's been a very, very feverish discussion around Arteta and Arsenal Football Club. Big up Dalton. Stuart Dalton family said his ball of the week is Liverpool, and Bun said this Pan United. Big up ball of the week Liverpool, and Bun said this Pan United. Junior Dalton is giving ball of the week to also Pan United. Harold Haynes, big up yourself family. Liverpool ball of the week, and bug is William. William will get to that as William.
Arsenal fan too.
William is really, really struggling. Bugs of the week. Dalton has Arsenal and Palace. Bugs of the week. My bug of the week. And big up to Conrad Talley watching us on Flow Sports. Conrad Talley says his ball of the week is Manchester United. Renar Lewis also on Flow Sports. Good evening, one and all. Big up yourself, family. You have a baller as in the impressive player of the week and the bug of the week. Who do you have, Renar, as the baller? Baller for Renar is Liverpool. Big up yourself, family. My bug of the week. My bug of the week, Junior and football family, has to go to Marcus Thuram of Borussia Mönchengladbach. Marcus Thuram spat in the face of Stefan Posch of Hoffenheim. Come on, Marcus, you can't spit on another individual. That is a bug performance and a bug display by Marcus Thuram. And I know he has since come out and apologized, but regardless, it's unacceptable behavior. So Marcus Thuram gets a bug of the week for spitting on an opponent. And I also want to give a bug of the week to Club America of League Mexico and their theatrics in the CONCACAF Champions League semi-final against LAFC. And this is the most dramatic players I ever seen in my life, as Club America lost to LAFC as LAFC moved in the CONCACAF Champions League final. Miguel Herrera and Club America, wow, the entire team and the entire setup. This is not drama club football family. This is football, and the acting is pathetic. So Club America gets a bug of the week for me. And also a bug of the week to Ante Rosov of LAFC. Assistant Ante Rosov actually threw a punch or a fisticuff with Miguel Herrera. So those are my bugs of the week. Junior, do you have any honorable bug of the week?
Why, Chelsea. We go come on, cause I know come on right now. She's probably doing her woosas and checking her blood pressure right now. But Chelsea, what the hell, man? Like,
Junior, I thought you had Chelsea doing well though.
I had Chelsea and Arsenal finishing 1 and 2 in the Premier League, and yeah, it's not going to happen. But I can't explain it with Chelsea. I don't know. They just get the honorary bug. It goes to Chelsea. That's all.
Yeah, bad week for Chelsea as they get ready to play West Ham tomorrow in the London derby. But Chelsea lost to Wolves as Frank Lampard trying to figure out things at Chelsea Football Club. Big up to Reggie. Reggie says, ball of the week, Liverpool for giving the Aston Villa treatment to Palace. Wow, goal difference has dramatically switched in the EPL with that 7-0. And he also wants to big up especially Mo Salah for coming off the bench to score 2 and have an assist. And I also want to add on to that Liverpool ball of the week that Reggie is giving a shout out to individual players at Liverpool. Junior, we have to give a ball of the week to Jordan Henderson and Gini Wijnaldum. Junior, you've often dissed Jordan Henderson, but come on, Junior, give this guy some credit. He was sensational against Crystal Palace, sensational against Spurs. The fact that he's able to cover Trent Arnold when Trent Arnold moves forward, there was one initial play or one play that indicated this for me on Wednesday was Son was trying to, essentially elicit a fast break for Spurs, and Jordan Henderson, old Jordan Henderson, was there to actually delay that fast break. So Junior, take back your talk. Are you giving Jordan Henderson a ball of the week?
What? Yo, shut up, man. Ball of the week. Stop it.
You have to give this guy credit, Junior. Come on.
Stop it. I will never give somebody credit for doing what they should be doing.
But he's not just doing what they should do, and we'll get to that in the Spurs game. He's also been exceptional. And a big up to ball of the week to Gini Wijnaldum. Gini Wijnaldum is a play in that midfield. Liverpool better take care of him, and I mean, he's exceptional. The fact that he's able to relieve the pressure in that Liverpool midfield and make those intricate passes. So big up to Jordan Henderson. Junior doesn't want to do it, but I will do it. Ball of the week to those players. All right, Junior, let's step away from ballers and bugs. Keep your ballers and bugs coming, and we'll go ahead and read them out. Let's get to the things on and off the field, the major news this week and on and off the field. Before we get to football play, Sam Allardyce is back in charge of a club. He's never been relegated. I guess West Brom decided they have to pull the trigger now. They have to make this decision. What's your thoughts on the initial read? You think this is too early? Is this a right decision in terms of bringing Sam Allardyce in charge of West Brom?
Something happened. Something happened with it behind closed doors because is it too early? No, it's the right time. And Sam Allardyce, what I saw a stat. He has never been relegated.
Never been relegated.
Especially and all the teams that he get hired for during the season.
Yes.
He moved them up in the
They moved them up in the table.
So I mean, the man record speaks for itself. And if you're a team chairman or owner and you feel like your team is going in the wrong direction and you need a pickup, Sam Allardyce is the way to go. So, they probably saw Arsenal would probably need Sam Allardyce so they beat Arsenal to the punch. I don't know.
But that also plays in the decision. According to multiple reports, is that West Brom was worried that other teams that are struggling to stay up in the league will make a run at Sam Allardyce, so they figured why not go ahead and execute this decision as early as possible and so forth. So the Fulham of the world, even Arsenal, who knows, who are struggling to stay up or are struggling to stay in the league, they were worried about competition for Sam Allardyce. He gets a 7-figure salary if he keeps him up. Junior, you think that's too much to offer Sam Allardyce?
No, because the bad record speaks for itself. If you were to pick somebody to say, come in and keep us up, Sam Allardyce is high on the list. I mean, who is next on the list? Pochettino? Who's next? Allegri? Yeah. Who's next? Who could you hire if you feel like your team is going down, trending downwards, and you need somebody to keep you up? Of course, it's someone like I can't think of any other coach. What's Eddie Howe doing right now? Because I know he left the job.
Yeah, but Eddie Howe got relegated with West Brom.
I with Bournemouth, yeah, but I'm just saying though. I'm just throwing out
with Bournemouth, with Bournemouth, yes, thanks.
Yeah, I'm throwing out coaches out there within that same pedigree where you can say he has the experience of coaching a team and making them play above board, right? So no, it's not too much.
How do you think, and we'll move away from this in a little bit to football on the field, how difficult is this job relative to his, we know he kept up Crystal Palace, we know he kept up Sunderland. How difficult is this West Brom job in your assessment?
How difficult? Like you'll have to compare them, right?
Yeah.
So look at Bolton when he made his name with Bolton.
Yes.
Look at how all of Sam Allardyce teams play. Can West Brom replicate that style of playing? I remember Sam Allardyce was a lie away from being the England manager, and we don't know what he would have done with England. So it's not like he can't coach, but we'll have to really sit down, go through the roster. Will the team believe in him? What is the locker room like? Now, based on all indications, Big Sam himself is the guy that if you have a fractured locker room, he's the guy that you need to come in. He will get everybody on the same page. So, can he do it? Yes. In a COVID year, when you don't have fans in the stands to full capacity, in a COVID year when you might play against a team that have some COVID infections and not have their best players, you need a coach like Sam Allardyce that will motivate anybody, that will motivate a 16-year-old to go out there and play like a 40-year-old or play like a 30-year-old in his prime. So, in a roundabout way, I think he can get West Brom to play.
Okay.
To his standard.
And for the record, Junior, he was the England manager for a game before he had to resign because of allegations of malpractice.
Like a lie. It's just like a paper lie.
So he did manage England for one game. All right, but we'll see what goes on. West Brom may be already a championship, may just have championship material, but I totally agree with you. You have to actually go for Sam Allardyce right now and try to see he's going to make them more defensively stable. And to stay up in the EPL, we've seen it time and time again. Too many of these managers who come to the EPL neglect defense. You have to commit to defend and try to concede as less goal as possible to survive in this league.
But the one issue though is, Bilic, I just don't get the vibe like the players were against Slaven Bilic. So I just think that is his only hurdle, is getting the players now to buy into his system, which is somewhat similar, but it's going to be a different voice. And Bilic looked like he was a player's coach. He just looked like him put the middle finger up to the board after drawing. It was against Chelsea, right?
Yeah, well, against Man City when he drew that game against Man City. Yes, yes.
And then that was your last game. You get fired after that?
I mean, the writing was on the wall. They were shipping goals left, right, and center. I mean, they crashed against, after having a 3-0 lead against Chelsea. And so the writing was on the wall. They scored 2 goals against Everton and ended up conceding 5. So, I mean, I like Slaven Bilic. I thought he was wrong that West Ham with the whole Dimitri Payet situation years ago. But this situation, I totally understand it. You have to make a move. Defensively, they have been atrocious. And most importantly, I mean, discipline, they've been really bad. They're picking up red cards. And actually, the captain, Jake Livermore, got a red card in the Villa game today. So you need Sam Allardyce or someone to come in and straighten the back and enforce the rules in this locker room. Junior, Reynard Lewis wants to know, who do you have winning the league now that your predictions are garbage?
All right. Honestly, I'll be honest with you right now. Odds-on favorite to win the Premier League is Liverpool, right? Odds-on favorite. But I really think the winner of the Premier League is going to be determined by who makes the right calls in the transfer market.
Okay.
Because 6 to 8 teams and transfer market in the next 2 to 3 weeks when it opens. 6 to 8 teams realistically can win the Premiership this year.
All right, Junior, calm down.
No, seriously, no. All right. Mathematically, they can win the
Yes,
Premiership.
mathematically.
And Man City is a defensive midfielder away from being a real force. Liverpool is a defender away from running away with the league by February. Manchester United, I don't know what the hell they want, but they're mathematically in it, but they need a whole lot. They need a lot of luck to win it. Leicester City needs defenders. Who else is up top? Tottenham just need Mourinho to shut the hell up. That's all Tottenham need.
But Tottenham cannot win the league hitching their wagon to 2 goal scorers only, Junior.
Of course they can, because the league is close and it's a COVID year. No, in a normal year, it's different. It's a different question. But in a COVID year, anything can happen. Leicester realistically can win the league. They realistically can win the league. Liverpool is a bad stretch of games away from coming back or coming behind the pack.
Okay, all right. Let's segue to discuss Liverpool, because Dalton and the Liverpool family is going to beat you, I'm sure. Junior, let's get to games on the field. Liverpool had a magnificent week. They defeated Spurs in the top of the table clash, and they defeated Crystal Palace, as you alluded to in your ballers and bug segment. What impressed you most about the Spurs victory? I mean, Spurs, it was 2 contrasting style of play. It was a proper football game. What impressed you most about the Spurs victory for Liverpool? In fact, I think you had Spurs winning that game going to Anfield, right?
I did. And big up to Dwayne Burry and listening on floor right now. I agree with you. You said Liverpool is lucky. Yes, they have been lucky on many occasions this year. But let me tell you something. After a while, it's not luck anymore. After a while, it's a habit. And Liverpool has a habit of winning. And that is something that is hard to overcome. It's hard to overtake. And that is what impresses me the most about the Liverpool versus Tottenham game. Watching the game, what's his name? Bergwijn?
Yeah, Bergwijn, yeah.
Right? If he had converted one of those chances, we're having a different conversation right now.
Yeah.
If he had converted one of those chances, we are talking about Manchester United tied to Liverpool for the top of the league right now. Right? So let's be realistic. But
it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Watching the game, I got the vibe like Liverpool expected to win, while Tottenham seemed like they were hoping to win. It's a different feeling. And as a fan watching the game, I got that vibe. I don't know if the players felt that way. But the vibe I got, Bobby Firmino wanted that chance to win. No, even though he hasn't scored in a million years, he wanted that chance because he felt like he was going to score. And that is what has impressed me the most about Liverpool, is that they just seem to believe that they are the best team on the field. And you have to beat that mentality to beat them, that is difficult. Difficult.
Yeah, I agree. one thing that Liverpool and the entire backroom staff, along with Klopp, has built is a winning attitude. They resoundingly expect to win the games, and I think for that match with Spurs, this commitment to finish the job was the most impressive thing for me. You know, Spurs plays this system where they park and try to counterattack. It was really a fascinating and intriguing matchup for me. And Liverpool, we know that Spurs in the slow block, in the spark bus system, does well if a team is slow. We saw a few weeks ago against Manchester City with the slow build-up that gives Spurs defense time to set, gives Sissoko and Højbjerg time to move and find space to limit the offensive play. But what Liverpool showed was this quick play, the quick movement of the football, and that was impressive. There was a segment in the game when Henderson was slow to get the ball moving quickly, and you could hear Jurgen Klopp shouting at him to get the ball moving. That was impressive. And soon as Spurs won the ball, there was this quick urgency to recover it. I thought that was fascinating. A player that really stood out for me in that game, Junior, was Curtis Jones. Young Curtis Jones. I mean, I think Liverpool seems like they have another ball on their hand. I mean, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, Curtis is step. I mean, that to me, that's a Klopp effect. That is just that. That is Klopp. When you see Klopp standing on the sideline, hugging the players, high fiving the players. When the team score, he's looking at the guys that are warming up and cheering with them. Right? He makes them. He makes the substitutes, the reserve players, feel like they are a part of the team. They are a part of the game. So when they get their chance, there's no grace period needed. There's no period in the game where you see a player trying to get his foot in. There's no period where you see the team trying to assimilate this player. And I think that is what helped Curtis Jones the most, because if Liverpool was healthy, we would have never be seeing Curtis on the field, right?
Yeah, but he's really. Yeah.
But yet he's playing like he belongs in the starting 11.
Yes.
So when they get healthy, what are we going to do with Curtis Jones?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that to me, that is a Klopp effect.
Yeah. Impressive. That's why Klopp got the manager of the year. Big up Richard Green watching on Flow Sports. Richard Green says, so what if Liverpool had converted their chances? Exactly. It's fundamentally the important thing in football game is converting your chances, and Liverpool did theirs. Junior can wish that if Steven Bergeron had converted chances all he wanted, or he wants, it would have been a different outcome. But Liverpool really the standard bearer in the EPL, and they were quite impressive. Junior, before we move away from Liverpool and get to them other teams in the EPL, quickly, Klopp has complained ad nauseum sometimes about players' welfare. Fact that there was a tight schedule and the busy season of games coming on. Are you surprised that Jordan Henderson played 90 minutes? He didn't make a sub in the game against Spurs, and Jordan Henderson also played 90 minutes again in the Crystal Palace game. Are you surprised Sadio Mane was taken off and Mohamed Salah replaced in the Crystal Palace game? I mean, the game was already over. Are you surprised that he made such decision rather than just running out a Divock Origi for Sadio Mane, etc.?
I'm not surprised. And you preface it by talking about him complaining about the schedule.
Yeah.
I don't know. All of these foreign coaches that goes into England, I think there is some blue book or some coaches book out there, some manual out there that says that if you are performing well, your first media appearance during the Christmas break is you should complain about the schedule. The schedule is there in England for years. So just shut the hell up and play. Just shut up. Just shut up. It's not going to change. No, it's going to change when? Next year or in 2 years when the World Cup is happening in December. Fine. You will get your break in 2 years. But until then, dude, that's a schedule. It is what it is. We see that every year. Nobody come with in Spain, they're not playing Christmas week and until New Year's. That's not happening in England. It won't change. We don't care if you won the championship. Just leave it alone. But no, I'm not surprised that he didn't make the substitution because he knows that he has to play his side.
Okay.
It is what it is.
All right, let's move away from Liverpool before we get regarded as Liverpool fan TV. Big up yourself, Prime Minister is already pointing this out. Arsenal had an atrocious week or a terrible week. They drew with Southampton, and the funny thing about it, Arsenal drew with Southampton, and Southampton was pretty upset about dropping the points in that game. Arsenal went down to 10 men, and they also lost to Everton. Mark Ogden of ESPN, one of the big journalists in this football circle, made a strong argument for Arteta to stay in his post, for the board to stick with Arteta. Arsenal has lost 8 games from 14 or 13 matches thus far this season. Junior, should Arsenal board or Arsenal management stick with Mikel Arteta?
I'm not an Arsenal fan, and nothing would please me more than to see Arsenal relegated, right?
Why, Junior? I mean, don't we all want to see the best for all our competitors? This
Arsenal
makes the game even more exciting.
No, we want to see the best for our competitor. Arsenal is not a competitor, so we don't care about what happened to Arsenal. But fun and joke aside, the answer is yes, they need to stick with Arteta because it's not the same team, but we've been through how many coaches now from an Arsenal perspective. After you
So
saw,
Unai Emery's out. It was the last manager, and so it would be the second coach in what, 3 years thereabout. Yeah.
right, but Wenger's last year wasn't the greatest either, right?
Yeah.
And we saw the Unai Emery experiment exploded, right?
Yeah.
And now we're seeing the Arteta experiment exploded. Eventually, somebody have to sit down and say, maybe it's not the cook, maybe it is the ingredients why the food can't sell. Why do we keep changing cooks and expecting a different outcome? If you have apple, why are you expecting to get peach pie if you have apples in the fridge? At some point, if you're going clean house, we already clean house to the coach, and it's the same result. Aubameyang still refused to go down the middle of the field. David Luiz wasn't a good defender at Chelsea. He's not going to change into the world's greatest defender at Arsenal. Look at their roster right now. Pepe is a failed experiment. He's a failed experiment. So you can bring in any coach you want. They cannot turn this team into anything that they are. They are who they are. This is the same team we saw with Emery. It's the same thing. So why change Arteta? What will that solve? It's just a band-aid, and it's going to buy you 12 months, or buys you 2 more transfer markets where you can try to clean out the team and give it to somebody else. Let Arteta clean out the team and do it.
And yeah, I mean, so the important thing though, Junior, Arteta in yesterday's post-match press conference alluded to the boys are fighting. You know, they were disappointed after the defeat to Arsenal, to Everton. But, Arteta owns some of these bad personal decisions, right? Some of these bad personal decisions were made on his watch, like giving a Willian a longer deal than Chelsea, his team at the time, would have offered him. I mean, and signing David Luiz. These are decisions that Arteta seems to have endorsed. So if you say, or if you're committed to support Arteta I mean, you also have to look at these bad decisions in terms of personnel that he has also brought in or supported.
But when all right, David Luiz signing aside. Well, no, can't even put that aside. David Luiz wasn't signed to be the next great Arsenal defender. He was signed for £8 million. Come on.
Yes, he wasn't signed, but he was still a decision that was endorsed by Mikel Arteta. And if he's if he's truly the man that is going to be driving this Arsenal car going forward, and maybe him and Edu need to come together. Maybe they need a better personnel to run the backroom football decision. But you cannot anywhere. I mean, Stevie Wonder could see that David Luiz was a bad decision. Willian is a bad decision. I mean, but these are decisions that Arteta was on board with.
We're not being fair. Let's be fair.
Okay.
David Luiz wasn't signed to be a starting defender.
Even as a backup is a bad decision, Junior.
No. He's a Cordoba Cup defender. He's all right as a Europa League Thursday night game in Kazakhstan against a bunch of peace farmers. He can't play in those games.
Okay.
It's just circumstances arise where he had to play more, and then that signing ended up looking worse. Willian is not a bad signing. Willian was the man at Chelsea. Now it's later in his career, granted. But if you were to partner,
Junior, you know why Willian was the man at Chelsea?
Why?
Because he was playing for a contract. You do not make a commitment to a footballer who finds his most best year in his contract years. Willian played his best football when it was a contract year. That is a player that you cannot commit to.
For you, so what? You rather try to get a player to break his contract?
No, it's not get a contract. If a man has been dollying all these years of his contract, and now he's rounding year 1.5 and he needs an extension and he starts to excel, that's not a player I want to commit 3 years to going forward.
Well, okay. I mean, hindsight is not 20. No, Prime Minister said, bad decision number 1, no Ozil in the squad.
All right, and can we discuss this Ozil thing once and for all and put it to bed? Junior, do you think Ozil make this Arsenal team better?
Hell no. Hell no. Because number 1, where is he going to play? Aubameyang plays down the left wing. Where is Ozil going to play?
So, I mean, he's going to play in that number 10 role theoretically, right? You put him behind the striker in that number 10 role, and he plays to be the creator, right? So that's why they brought in Danny Ceballos to be able to essentially address some of the decision. Now, I'm not saying Sean and the entire Arsenal nation and the Ozil fanboy and fan club, do not send me any hate mails. I'm not saying that Danny Ceballos is akin or similar to Ozil, but he was brought in with that intention to offset some of that creative need in that number 10 role. I mean, no. Go ahead, Junior.
Me go ahead, brother. The argument done. Ozil is done. He should have been at MLS 2-3 years ago. Arsenal they're just carrying a gripe, and I'm not saying that Ozil work obia, but it feels obia-ish.
All right, Prime Minister is saying Ozil is quality. Yes, he is quality. He's just lazy quality, and time to move on. I mean, just get rid of... And I think this is where I will give... I know we need to move away from Arsenal. This is where I would give, Mikel Arteta a little bit of leeway in the sense of, this Ozil cloud has hung around him. It's also hang over Unai Emery. Somebody in the backroom staff or management or ownership of Arsenal Football Club needs to make an executive decision and said, okay, if Ozil is not part of the plan, buy out his contract and move on. Now he's sitting there. He's the highest paid player of the club. He's not playing. He's not in the squad, and he's chilling. So just get it over with and move on. Junior, you have the final say.
You remember Chelsea medical doctor?
Yes.
With Jose the bad mind.
The Cardova, Dr. Cardova.
Yeah, you remember what happened to Jose after that?
Yes.
Arteta, you should have learned. No bad mind people.
Yes.
Because that's going to reach him now.
This is true. All right.
So up there for him.
All right, stepping away from Arsenal to Jose and Spurs. Junior, Spurs had a really terrible week. Lost to Leicester City. Lost to Liverpool. They lost to Leicester City 2-0. Now, granted, it's probably not a shocker to many of us that they lost that Liverpool game. But that Leicester City game at home was a bit of a surprise to me. Your thoughts? Brendan Rodgers finally defeated Jose Mourinho in 8 attempts.
Let me tell you something. That game to me was a direct result of that best team loss comment. No, seriously. This game is a hangover. This game, because I said it last week, I think I said it on the show. I'm being a Jose whisperer right now. As far as Jose is concerned, his team was the better team versus Liverpool. They just made stupid mistakes and that's for the game, right?
Yes.
If I was a player for Tottenham, that's how I would interpret those comments.
Yes.
That my coach said the best team lost the game. So that means that the players must have done something to not have made my coach believe come true, right?
Yeah.
Bergwijn missed the 2 chances. I'm telling you, that comment was a direct shot at Bergwijn, right?
Mm-hmm.
If any other game, and looking at how Son and Kane are playing, and if I tell you, Benton, that Johnny Evans is going to be standing in front of Son and Kane, how much goal do you think Tottenham going to score?
Yeah, Tottenham should score more goals, but
and then to score 1.
Yeah, but according to the data, Junior, they didn't score any.
Exactly. So there has to be something going on, and it all began with that best team. Tottenham lost the Liverpool game twice.
Okay. Yeah.
They lost against Liverpool, and they lost against Liverpool again, playing against Leicester.
Okay.
And that is what I saw today. What I saw today when I was Alderweireld.
Yeah, Alderweireld, Toby Alderweireld. Yeah.
Second goal.
Yeah.
His reaction was just like, yeah, what else going to go wrong? That was his facial reaction. Was like, yeah, I expected that to happen. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
They just look defeated.
They look defeated. The mind games is running in. Mind game is high. It's high in the EPL now at this time of the year. Junior, before we move away from the EPL, we want to get your thoughts on a few more teams. Manchester United, your team, you know, with a game in hand, they're sitting in 3rd position on 26 points. I mean, beat the brakes off Leeds first. Yeah.
No, but they would have beat the brakes off Leeds.
They defeated Leeds 6-2, Junior. It could have been 20.
Stop it. Look on this brother face behind me. You see this brother face behind me?
Yeah.
That's how me look.
Yeah. But Junior, seriously though, come on. I mean, that was an impressive display by Manchester United.
All right, listen. Manchester United are realistically second in the Premier League right now. They have a game in hand, right?
Yes.
Liverpool is first, and I think only 2 points ahead, right?
Yes.
I think, or whatever.
They're 5 points ahead of you guys now. You guys got that game against Burnley.
Right.
Yeah.
So, to me, Liverpool, because I started the show by talking about going to halfway tree, right?
Yes.
Liverpool is a brand new Rolex watch, gold Rolex watch, right?
Yeah.
Manchester United is a $300 Casio watch from halfway tree, gold plated. They played better versus Man City than they did today. Today's game was more about Leeds playing into Manchester United hand than Man U beating Leeds. And I am a die-hard Man U fan. I know some Man U fans are going to hate me for saying this. But if Scott McTominay did not score those first 2 goals in the first 3 minutes, this game could have ended 4-3 either way.
Okay.
Because Leeds created just as much. First of all, Leeds got hit with 2 uppercuts.
Yes.
Right? And they still found a way to come back and look threatening.
Yes.
That should be, the alarm bells should be going off in every Manchester United fan's heads. It is not what it seemed. We scored 2 early goals, and then Leeds just play like that. Leeds just leave the midfield open, and I say this every week on Ball Chat. Any team that attacks Manchester United going to get the brakes beaten off of them. Is not because Man U is a good team. That's just the only way Man U know of attack.
Well, Manchester United is good at attacking or beating the brakes off team that opens and leave them open, attack them and leave space at the back. Crime Minister, you're the Manchester United fan, part of the Ball Chat family. Do you think this Manchester United team was impressive today? Get your thoughts in, Manchester United followers and supporters. Junior, but before we move away from Manchester United and this game against Leeds, are you concerned about Leeds shipping so many goals in this EPL? This is the first time they've been back in the EPL in 16 years. They've already conceded, 27 goals So far, they had a -5 goal difference at one point earlier today as the scores were accumulating in the game against Manchester United. They
I'm
don't seem
not
to
worried
be
about
committed
it.
to defense at all.
I'm not worried about it because the product that Leeds have on the field right now is very attractive, right? So they are going to get sponsors, and they have a big name coach, right?
Yeah.
If Leeds find some way to survive this season, I am going to go on record and tell everybody this. You remember when Portsmouth made that big investment and brought in Julius Caesar, all of these ballers?
Yeah.
Leeds is going to do that, and I promise you next year, Leeds going to compete for the top 5 if they find a way to survive this season. They play good, attractive football. All Leeds need is 2 sensible defenders and probably another sensible defensive midfielder, and they are going to give teams trouble. So I honestly feel like they are not fool's gold. They just got beaten by a team that is better quality, but the football they play is top quality.
Leeds sitting in fourth, right above Arsenal in 15. Leeds has conceded 30 goals so far, the worst in the EPL. Of course, they have a better goal differential than Sheffield United, the worst team in the EPL. Before we move away from the EPL, Junior, Sheffield United, Chris Wilder, they're winless after 13 games. They've picked up 2 points. Junior, after 14 games, should Chris Wilder get the sack?
From last month. But the thing that disappoints me with Sheffield United is, you remember, you know what Sheffield United is this year's Bournemouth, because last year, remember, Sheffield played 3-5-2 formation, right? That was their major formation, and them stacked the midfield. Them have a bunch of midfielders that are hard-nosed, hard tackling, get to the ball. It's like the man them just feel like them a general now. So the man them say, yo, we not play the kind of finky football. We want to play pretty football like everybody else, and they are playing out of character.
Yeah.
Can it be saved? I don't think so, because you can't fit a square peg in a round hole. I'm sorry, they cannot play that style, and to play hard-nosed football is not something you can flip like a switch.
Yeah.
So for them to be successful, they would have to play the way they played last year when they were beating up teams in the midfield. They're not doing that this year, and it won't happen. So
Yeah.
let's get ready for the championship. Una Arsenal can go play.
Prime Minister says this United team is so unpredictable, just as likely to win 6-2 like today as they are losing 2-6. So it's inconsistency, and that's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to fix, get this team more inconsistent. Well, they're playing Europa League, so now they have less competition in the middle of the week, and they should be able to do better in the EPL. Big up Kofi Powell. Kofi Powell says, real talk, Junior. Leeds survive next season, a problem. First, they have to survive this year. They conceded 30 goals already. Big up yourself, German Samuels. German Samuels says they have to be able to keep their players as well. I think that's relating to Leeds. Junior.
But which baller are Leeds right now? You guys realistically see a big name team coming in and pillaging. Which baller? Leeds striker, what was the stat? He takes like the most shots with the least amount of goals last year. I think, what's the name? I can't remember his name right now, but there's a stat out there, there's a weird stat where Leeds take the most shots and their striker scored the least amount of goals. What's his name? Kevin Phillips? He's the one quality baller where we can say, I can say Man City bringing him in or somebody, but Leeds don't really have any baller well kind of strike the iron like, yo, we have to bring in a baller. Yes, I don't think so.
Yeah, they're very system oriented.
Rafinha, yeah, Jeremy. Rafinha is a good little baller. So I give Rafinha his props, because today was the first I've seen a player make Aaron Wan-Bissaka look clueless at times. Wan-Bissaka had problems with Rafinha. I know it's bad when Rafinha started on the right wing and Bielsa put him on the left wing to go up against Wan-Bissaka. Normally, they are switching players from Wan-Bissaka. Today, they switched their most attacking winger to Wan-Bissaka's side, and there was no change. So yeah, Rafinha is definitely quality.
Okay. All right, quickly as we try to wrap up and touch some other major news in the world of football. Richard Green on Flow Sports says, what's happening with Michael Hector? Michael Hector Jr., your player, he's not in the latest Fulham squad. Any updates on what's going on with him? It's just having a bad run of form, right?
Bad mind, I'm a bad mind, the yard baller. Bad mind, I'm a bad mind, the best defender.
Okay, Junior. Okay. But on a serious note, Michael Hector has just not been selected recently. It's just defensively, Fulham seems to be doing better without him in that role. Junior, lastly on the EPL, Everton, Carlo Ancelotti and Everton doing quite well. Seems like they're rounding into recovering some of that early season form.
Yo, big up Jeremy, and yeah, if I get the salad, I was going to say that to Jeremy. If Hector get the salad, it has never been the same. But Everton, the thing about Everton is they had that moment where they could have come back to earth and really hit the skids. But I think Ancelotti showed why he is a name brand coach by stabilizing the ship. We sat here and said all Everton need is a good defender, and they can really challenge, right?
Yeah.
Not brought in anybody, but Ancelotti has made a good defender. You have to give Mina him props.
Yeah, Yeremina is playing well, and they also brought in Godfrey, who's definitely helping. Mason Holgate has recovered, so yeah, I mean, defense first with Everton, and they're doing this without your big baller, James Rodriguez. Yeah, good one. Junior, let's quickly touch Bundesliga in the big matchup 1 versus 2. Leverkusen lost at the dead 2-1. Bayern Munich showed its class, Junior, but also more interestingly, Leroy Sané was subbed on and subbed off. Junior, your thoughts on Leroy Sané and his future outlook at Bayern Munich and overall display of Bayern Munich against Leverkusen? Was just Bayern Munich showing Leverkusen that, we are the real ballers, or we are the real champion here?
We saw why Munich wins all these championships, these Bundesliga trophies. And we saw why all of these challengers fall to the wayside. So as far as I'm concerned, Leverkusen, that's the game. That's the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a beautiful first goal. I mean, brother, the man stitch up the net to the volley, you know.
Yes.
But then the 2 goals he gave away to Terminator, he doesn't need any help to score any goals.
Yeah.
He's a lot, especially for the second goal. I mean, just lock shot and take the 1 point and hope them skid and you take over. No, you just want to play pretty football and knock the ball back and get Terminator a chance to bust on the net. That's the reason why Bayern Munich is Bayern Munich. Now, as for Sané, every player goes through. We see Leon Bailey go through that period where he gets frozen out by the coach, and him sit by him time when him get him chance, him take advantage of his opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Sané must feel a way, brother. If me go waste time, go warm up in the cold, get sub on, and then you take me off before the game done, I'm one of the most uncomfortable shower after a game that for me, you must ask yourself questions. So Sané must be sitting now asking himself, why, what did I do? Probably Flick tell him, and he just learn and move on.
And also, Bayern Munich was somewhat hell-bent on not letting Leon Bailey beat them. Diaby made some poor decisions in the final third. But hopefully Leverkusen and Peter Bosz, they will learn from this and grow, because definitely it was a very intriguing matchup. Junior, as it relates to Sané, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge says, quote, "We put everything possible in play to acquire the German international, and now he has to justify it." And so this is the director of football operations at Bayern Munich. It seems to be they're saying that at least Karl-Heinz Rummenigge is saying that, Leroy Sané needs to step up or they're going to move on. They committed, what, £50 million for him last year. What do you think exactly is going on with Leroy Sané? There's been reports that Hansi Flick is concerned about his work for the team, as in working back to help the collective effort. He only played 36 minutes in that game after subbing on for Kingsley Coman, who got injured.
But you're chasing the game, right?
Yeah.
And you know how dangerous Leverkusen is, especially with Liam Bailey. Not because I'm Jamaican, but Liam Bailey is in a purple run right now. So what Sané did, or how Sané played, is the way Sané played for City, right?
Yeah.
But the difference is, when Pep disciplined Sané, is always some kind of leaking, or there was never anything definitive to say, oh, Sané is because I'm playing why I'm not playing, right?
Yeah.
What we saw Bayern Munich do today is send a clear message to Sané and all his fans. Brother, if you want to play, you have to play two-way football, I will take you off. That is a clear message. I don't think there's anything else to say about that other than the ball is in Sané's court. You make the decision. How you want to play after this is up to you. But if you want to play football for we, whatever the coach asks you to do, you need to do it, or you're going to come out of the field. I don't care what one of the people.
Yeah.
I think it's going to help him in the long run.
Yeah, hopefully. And big up to Bad Gaza, who definitely pointed out that Hector did make an appearance yesterday in the game against Newcastle, ended 1-1. Hector definitely did make appearance. So Junior, maybe your boy is actually regaining his statue at Fulham after being out for.
He started as a first strike defender, not first strikes right now, right? Now we don't know. What if the international break trip? What if because of COVID protocols or whatever? What if that? I don't know. But he wasn't playing before that either.
Yeah.
So I honestly, the reality is Fulham when Hector was playing. I'm being 100% honest now. When Hector was playing, Fulham was getting the doors beaten off of them, and they have had some better runs now, right?
Yeah.
So why would I change and bringing back Hector if we have a better run with this squad? It is what it is. Hector, just buy your time, keep training, and then when you get your chance, you take it and run with it.
Yes. Anderson picked up a red card yesterday, and so Michael Hector also made an appearance. Junior, as we try to touch some other news in the world of football, Atletico Madrid sitting at the summit in LaLiga. They have a game or two in hand. Madrid was playing Eibar earlier, but Atletico Madrid seems to be really kind of getting into strides and maybe really is going to try to win this thing.
Yeah, that is true, but why Real Sociedad can't win? Why Sociedad can't win? Why are we giving it to Atletico Madrid?
Yes, Sociedad seems to have hit a wall. They've lost their last two games, and they play an interesting match before the Christmas break coming up this week against Atletico Madrid. So that would be an interesting game. I think it's on Wednesday or Tuesday of this week. David Silva has been out for some reason or the other. He's a big miss for them. So when he's not there, and I think Insak also was out for them, and another couple players was out. So, Sociedad seems to be running through a rough little stretch here.
Yeah.
We'll
see. I don't give it to Atletico as yet.
Don't give. Yes, it's early days yet. Before we touch some news in Yawd, ballas, Junior, a big thing occurred this week. Well, not a big thing. The Champions League draw took place, and we'll have early thoughts on the next round of matches in the round of 16. As Junior, there's some mouth-watering matches, and the matches will take place. Match day 1 is February 16th, 2021, so we'll have plenty of time to really kind of dissect. But I want to get your early thoughts on the early on these games.
I have one question.
Yes.
Who will be wearing number 10 for Barcelona in February? That's my only question.
All right, repeat your question.
When Barcelona play against PSG in February,
Yeah.
who will be wearing number 10?
Well, it has to be Lionel Messi.
You sure he's going to be there
Yes,
after January?
he will be there. He will stay until the summer before he moves on. He might sign a letter of intent with another team, but yeah, Lionel Messi will Ronald Koeman be coaching in that first game? It may be another.
So see that those are the questions, and to me that is the most intriguing game, because what will PSG look like at that time? Is there any carnival going on around them time, no? February, no?
Yes, Neymar, of course. But I mean, the important thing for PSG, and knowing what feeling Neymar has for Barcelona, I'm sure he will do everything in his power to be available for that matchup, because ultimately, I mean, there's no love lost between him and the football club Barcelona. So,
the German said Dembele will wear number 10 for Barcelona.
No, this is not Manchester United. Ousmane Dembele might be a Manchester United player in January. German. So go easy. Junior, so key readouts or key standout matches right now. Leipzig versus Liverpool should be a very intriguing matchup. Leipzig between attacking football. Atletico Madrid versus Chelsea should also be interesting. Can Manchester City beat this Mönchengladbach team? You're shaking your head, Junior.
No, the most intriguing game is Barcelona versus PSG. That's the most intriguing game.
Junior, we know PSG is the favorite. There's nothing intriguing.
But there are no other games there. I mean, RB Leipzig versus Liverpool, the way Liverpool playing right now, you really want to tell me it's a Leipzig going and give Liverpool trouble? Come on. And this is the thing now, though. Will Liverpool bring in a defender by then?
Yeah, that's also important. So there's a lot can transpire between now and February 2nd. And February 16th.
Who was odds-on favorite for Liverpool to bring in during the January transfer window? Uppermanako or whatever one for RP Leipzig. Uppermanako over one him. If Man U would just handle them business, he would have been at Liverpool come January.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but football family, there's a lot of time between now and a lot of things can happen between now and February 16 when match day 1 will take place. But interesting matches down in Champions League, and we won't even discuss Europa League because we don't discuss number 2 league in this platform now.
Go easy.
Before we move on and try to touch some news in our own backyard and touch some Jamaican football news, Junior, Gabriel Heinze, formerly legendary player for Manchester United, was named Atlanta United manager, and he's currently with Vélez Sarsfield in Argentina. Does this move by Carlos Bocanegra, an Atlanta United outfit in the MLS, hiring a Gabriel Heinze, demonstrate a commitment to the returning to the Tata Martino years of commitment to this high-level, high-prestige coach?
I'm going to be 100% honest. I feel embarrassed as an Atlanta native for this signing, because as far as I'm concerned, Bocanegra sit down and say, when were we most successful? Oh, we were successful in our first couple of years. We had an Argentinian coach. We need to find an Argentinian coach. Let's go out there and look for an Argentinian coach. Hey, call him friend him call Tim Howard. Tim Howard, you know anybody out there from Argentina who you think can coach? Because we need a coach here, say, Yo, my ex-teammate at Manchester United, Gabriel Heinze, he's a coach, he's Argentinian. Oh yeah, let me call Heinze. That's all that was. I don't see the link. Like, how you Heinze? Why is Heinze any different than De Boer?
So the tactical thing is for him, and is that he's, I've watched his Vélez Sarsfield team in Argentina. They have qualified for Copa Libertadores tournament this last couple of years, and they somewhat play this 4-3-3, this attacking football sort of narrative that is quite popular now, but who doesn't, right? Who doesn't play
Exactly. I
this
was
sport?
about to ask you, who doesn't?
Who doesn't play for it? I don't know. I don't know. You know, my big up to Damone, an agent who always said an important thing for hiring managers, you want to hire a manager who speak the passion language of players in the team. And Gabriel Heinze, the Atlanta United outfit, have oftentimes lean on Latin players or Latin American players. So maybe that is a pivot back to that side of the world. And ultimately, Gabriel Heinze is one of those, highly talked about young managers. So, but I don't know. Time will tell, right?
Time will tell.
Time will tell. CONCACAF Champions League final coming up this week. Tigres UANL versus LAFC, as maybe MLS has finally found a way to beat the Mexican teams in that final. All right, let's discuss Yawd ballas and try to discuss. We won't have, since Camon is away. Big up yourself, Camon. We won't have recognition of players' performance this week, but we'll just touch a major story about the Premier League, Jamaican Premier League, and securing sponsorship. Chris Williams, Premier League, Professional Football Jamaica Limited chairman, Mr. Chris Williams, did quite a few interviews this week and made some announcements. One of the stories that stood out, Mount Pleasant Academy. Mount Pleasant also plays in the Premier League. Mount Pleasant Academy is now one of those sponsors who have signed on. Junior, do you have any problems with that? A worry about conflict of interest or any sort of issue with a member of the league itself, Academy, being a sponsor of the league?
It's a bad look. It's just a bad look, but would it influence any results or any favorable decisions? I don't think so, but why open yourself to that possibility? You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You shouldn't have to.
Well, I guess the reason why we open ourselves to that possibility is that there's a desperate, I probably won't use the word desperate, there's a strong need for funds, right? And if to fund the football, and so you need sponsors to come on board. And if Mount Pleasant and Mount Pleasant Academy people, our ownership does have that funds, it's hard to look away from the availability of funds for this league, right, Junior? So, Carol Beckford, one of the queens in the marketing space in Jamaica, said that she doesn't necessarily, to kind of paraphrase what she said, she doesn't necessarily sees a problem with it if things are separated structurally and everything can essentially be separate. In a Mount Pleasant Academy, it's a whole separate entity structurally than the Premier League club itself. Junior.
Pretty words, but stupid comment. Because you cannot. We're talking about the Jamaican Premier League. If they can't even put down COVID rules on paper, how the hell are you going to separate a conglomerate from saying you are a team to versus you are a sponsor? Like, how are you going to prove that? Brother, let me just tell you something. Next time, find a woman or no disrespect, find a girlfriend or somebody and say, listen, my babes, go get your tax ID, get a company and say you're going to sponsor the Premier League, and me will give you the money. So company A sponsor Premier League, even though you're coming from Mount Pleasant. Next time I'm going to do that. I mean, it's just a bad look. There's nothing you can say. All you're going to take is Mount Pleasant for the stats to say, oh, Mount Pleasant can get 3 penalties while everybody else only get 1 penalty. I might have something right. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a bad look, me. It just should have never happened.
And by the way, the views about get a woman or a girlfriend and give her some money to sponsor the league as Team A. Those are the views of Junior, aka Pringle, not ball shot.
Big up Richard Green and Flo because people, we're in overtime right now. It's almost Christmas break.
Yes.
The show done 10 minutes ago. We're still having fun. Richard Green said, what about the surfaces of the teams in the league? Come on, harp on that every week. By the time, you know what? You want to play come on the roll today?
No, I do not want to play come on roll, Junior. Let's wrap up because that's a whole nother thing. But yes, the surfaces have to be improved. But ultimately, I mean, Chris Williams is doing what he was tasked to do, is to secure sponsorship. He's made comments about another, essentially a premier sponsor will be coming on board. So and of course these are letters of intent, because since we don't know the start date, we cannot essentially formalize those contracts into start and an end date. So these are letters of intent. Chris Williams also contributed his voice to the growing number of voices around this idea of trying to start the league. Minister Tufton is holding firm, Junior. I mean, but there's no way we can do football in Jamaica in a bubble, right?
Yeah, no. It's just no.
Yeah.
No.
All right, football family. Let's wrap it up. Junior, you have any final thing to say? As Chelsea's playing West Ham tomorrow, London derby. The Chelsea fans, they are very nervous, Junior.
Come on, big up yourself. We will see what happens next week. But yeah, we suppose can beat Myers and company, man. But Richard Green is saying this: pretty grass fields and people in the stands sell the league. Well, Richard, if pretty grass fields and people in the stands will sell the league, how is the league getting sold right now to investors when neither is happening? So that shows that there is something there, right? So we will see.
As we're gonna get ready to welcome Gabriel Heinze in the Atlanta United family. Welcome, Junior. We have a lot of festive games coming on. Leicester City plays Manchester United this weekend coming up. Junior, your thoughts quickly on that game. Does Leicester City beat your fancy team?
Nah. The question is, will El Matador be available? Because we don't even know if he's going to be suspended.
Okay.
I think this is the game. This is the type of game for Cavani, and I even think Greenwood can really do something against Leicester. So no, I don't think so. But watch Man U get the breaks beaten off of them next week.
Yeah. And Arsenal also plays a big week for Chelsea. Chelsea plays West Ham on Monday, and then they play Arsenal next Saturday in a Boxing Day matchup. So Chelsea, Arsenal, maybe Mikel Arteta can pull off something against Chelsea, because then that will rescue him, right, Junior? Football family, we want to tell you to be safe during this Christmas period. Be safe. Let's look out for each other. Let's continue to love, football family. Show respect and care and take care of each other. Follow the COVID protocols. Ball Chat Podcast. We wrap it up. You can connect with us on Instagram at Ball Chat Podcast. We're on Twitter at Ball Chat 1. Facebook at Ball Chat. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our Facebook page, as we constantly have content update. We have new features coming down where we're going to highlight certain players. And who knows, Junior? Maybe in a few episodes there will be an all-ladies Ball Chat show. Come on, line up yourself, family and friends. Junior, yo, stay safe. We're going on the road now, family.
Have a look at it later.
Bless up.